Sorry, folks. Yeah, a little problem with the OBS, but
They don't like us talking about Superstars.
I
So
know, right? The one controversial thing they were talking about tonight, Superstar.
And then I didn't completely hate the movie.
Right, I know. How could you, Robert? But yeah, it was. I was talking about the one problem. Yeah, there was not that pure moment between the love, like the main characters or like the love interests. Because like just like in Ladies Man last week, you know, what is it? Phil, has that pure moment with Karen Parsons' character, Julie. And
Julie.
and then but then he is then distracted, and it's like, oh, and then he still goes and tries, even though he made his declaration of how he feels about her, but then he still goes off to be with the Tiffany Amber Thiessen character.
Yeah.
And then similarly in this movie, uh, Mary Catherine Gallagher, she has that kiss with Sky, Will Ferrell's character, but then realizes that like he wasn't the one, and then goes off and kisses Harlan Williams' character, and then that's when she gets the fireworks.
Yeah, it's kind of like you don't need it. This is a comedy film. Like you don't need to have it all discombobulated like that. It's you're doing too much. You're trying too hard. To be honest, like if she had just like gotten with finally kind of gotten with Sky, like who's like the kind of like the popular guy at school, because he seems like he's not like, is he a dumbass? Yeah, but he doesn't seem like he's a bad person.
Right. Yeah.
And like he actually genuinely like I think liked Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Right. Like I mean, they had that moment of like connection when when he was looking for the video of the Bubble Boy movie or the
with John Travolta.
With John Travolta. It's like they had like that genuine connection and interest in that movie, and so
right.
And they had I think they had a lot in common.
Harlan Williams is a redundancy. Like he's totally unnecessary in this film.
Yeah.
So like
that I think it would have gone a long way, and even if they wanted to keep the whole like young love things, like, oh well, he loved her from the moment he saw her and everything or whatever, but he should have had that moment purely with Mary Catherine Gallagher as opposed to being sloppy seconds.
Yeah, I don't know why they made that decision. And to be honest, there's a lot of things with these movies where I'm like, what were they thinking? I will say though, unlike last week's film was a box office bomb. Like, I mean, it lost a lot of money. This one was actually a little successful. Like, it didn't make a lot of money, but it made money.
I mean, yeah, it says. I mean, do you have because like the budget? Yeah, it says.
It was like 14. Yeah, like, for God's sakes, it was like 14 million.
Yeah, that's probably not including the marketing. So
it made 31 about 31 million. So maybe it broke even then, probably. And I don't know how much. To be honest, I don't remember how much they pushed this movie advertising wise. I mean, and part of me also wonders, these are SNL movies. So I'm sure that Lorne Michaels during like SNL, like on Saturday nights, they're pushing these films a lot.
Heavily
but I don't know how much that's actually.
What was it?
Yeah, but I don't know how much that's actually costing Lorne Michaels to do that. So maybe they did save some sort of money in advertising the films. So this either broke even or made some sort of profit, a little bit,
but not
which is way better than the. No, I mean this is not a box office success. There's not going to be a
Right.
Superstar
I mean,
2.
there
You know,
wasn't, so we know that for a fact.
yeah. Nor
Mm.
should there be. But I yeah, like there wasn't like a whole bunch of information on the film, but yeah, it's not a terrible movie. If I was gonna rate it, I would say this is probably a 2. Because I say that because I had some. It does actually have a story for one. I did have some genuine laughs. I did like some of the characters. I thought, to be honest, I do like the character of Mary Catherine Gallagher and like the whole superstar thing. I thought she was actually pretty funny on her SNL skits, and she kind of does. This character does get fleshed out a little bit more in the movie, unlike the ladies' man. The ladies, that was a terrible way to. Oh, it's so bad. It was so bad. But yeah, no, this character felt a little bit more fleshed out. It did give me a reason to care about the character, but there's not a here. This could have been like a 40-minute movie,
Maybe.
maybe. It does not need to be as long as it was.
But even still, it wasn't as long as I thought it was gonna be. Like it was like an hour and a half. You know.
Yeah, something around that. Yeah, it wasn't too long.
So,
How about you, Andy? What do you think of the film?
I was gonna come in higher than you, but not by much. But I think your assessment is correct. I'm gonna give this one a 2 as well.
I brought you
Yeah, you
down,
brought me
buddy.
down. I know.
Yeah.
I should have, to spite you. I should have.
I'm wearing
To
down.
spite you, I should have just went higher.
It's like I'm wearing you down.
Yeah, cause I mean, yeah, I am with you. This is more enjoyable than Ladies Man, but I think I gave Ladies Man a 2 as well. Cause I know, cause you gave it a half. You gave it a half.
I give it a half.
So I don't know.
This movie is better than The Ladies' Man. To be honest, if you want to give it a higher rating because you gave The Ladies' Man a high score
Yeah,
like
Ladies
that,
Man, I gave it 2.
I'm not gonna.
So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 3.
So you have to ask yourself one question: is Superstar better than The Ladies' Man?
Get off my lawn. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because it was like there's more genuine laughter, or like I think better bits.
To be honest, I actually would see myself coming back to this film, not in the near future, but like let's say we're kind of just hanging out with a bunch of guys, like, hey, what's some like dumb movie that we can make fun of while we drink beer? This is the movie I would put on. Because it's enjoyable enough, but you can like laugh at it and make fun of it at the same time.
Right. I feel you.
Yeah. Like The Ladies' Man, no, I'm never watching that movie ever again.
Not even for Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
God, I mean, she looked great in that film, but oh man, it's not even for her, man. She looked. I'll be honest. Yeah, that's the reason why I gave the movie a half star is because of her.
Yeah. That and Billy D. You can't be mad. You can never be mad at Billy D.
There's one movie. There's one podcast I listen to like where there's one guy who will, even like a movie's bad, it's like, well, there were some nice yabos there, so I got to give it a half star at least for that. That's what I did for The Ladies' Man.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's this is not I didn't hate this as much as I thought I was going to.
All right. Well, there you have it. That's our review for Superstar. Rob gives it a 2. I give it a 3. It's an enjoyable movie.
Not a complete
not a dumpster fire. Not a dumpster fire of a movie. Uh, but
Yeah,
it's enjoyable.
it's
It's
passable.
enjoyable. You'll
Yeah.
there's some genuine chuckles you'll get from this movie.
Yes. Uh, I think we're gonna be doing Night at the
Oh,
Roxbury next week,
you know,
right?
it's funny. I think with I don't know. Maybe you can correct me, but with the exception of MacGruber, like Will Ferrell's been in all of these.
Yes. I was gonna bring that up next week.
And it's just thinking about it. And like he's not, and he wasn't even except for this upcoming one. He wasn't even the main character.
No, yeah, it's funny. I was like, oh my god, is Will Ferrell in all these fucking movies? And I was like, then I watched MacGruber. I was like, oh no, not this one. That's right. Okay, he wasn't in this one. But I think because MacGruber was past Will Ferrell's
I
time
asked, yeah,
at SNL. Because all these were like kind of like the early 2000s, which is when Will Ferrell
mhm,
was on SNL. So it makes sense that he would play a character
right.
in these
Well, I mean,
films because he
well,
was at that
but then
time.
technically,
This was after.
sorry, yeah, sorry, continue.
No, what I was saying is because this is after Chris Farley passed away. Uh, Will Ferrell kind of became the big star at
Mhm,
Saturday Night Live. So it makes sense that Lorne Michaels would, even though he's not the characters that he from the sketches that Will Ferrell
mhm,
was doing, but it's like, oh, people will come because Will Ferrell's in it in some
right.
capacity, which is not which is a understandable like
Uh-huh.
decision to make.
Yeah, but I think really though Will Ferrell really got a shot in the arm with it for his career. Um, in the Austin Power movies. Yeah,
Was he in Austin?
he
Was he in
was the
Austin Power?
one wearing the fez. You know, the one that that doesn't. In the first one, yeah, in the first
Oh,
one, he's the one
yes,
that doesn't get quite burned. After Doctor Evil pushes the
that's right.
button.
Well, yeah. So the movie that I think really took him into superstardom was Elf.
Yes, but I think, but yeah, he was
Which was right after.
gaining a following through SNL, but then also through
Yeah.
his cameos through like various SNL alum movies, like Mike Myers and uh, Austin Powers, doing the
Oh
various
yeah.
SNL skit movies, and also in another SNL, but not widely remembered, Ben Stiller in Zoolander.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That dude. Actually, that we should do that movie at some point because I fucking
Dude, that
love
movie is
Zoolander.
so full of esoteric knowledge. It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy. Yeah,
The first
the
one.
first one. I haven't
I
even seen the
refuse to
second
watch
one,
the
so I don't even. But
I refuse
I
to
heard it
watch
was
it
pretty bad.
because yeah, but the first one is just so
Hmm.
funny. That might be one of my favorite
Yeah,
comedies
it's.
is Zoolander.
I mean, maybe outside of. Well, that's more of an ensemble. But outside of Tropic Thunder, Zoolander is Ben Stiller's best work.
Oh, 100%. Well, was it Meet the Fockers is pretty good too.
Right, but like he's really only the big name in that movie. Because at the time Owen Wilson wasn't even that big of a draw, and he plays supporting. There's
True,
no like
oh,
I
true.
mean there's
Yeah,
like
yeah, you're right. Well, 'cause, like, yeah, Meet the Fockers
yeah,
has a lot of big
exactly.
names in it.
Robert De Niro, um
Mike, it's like
yeah,
I have
Milk
nipples,
Me.
Greg.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
want to
yeah,
milk
Milk
me?
Me. That's actually one of my friend's favorite lines from that movie. It's like, I got nipples,
God
Greg.
damn, that
Can you
movie is
milk
that
me?
was fucking funny too.